We get to talk about today one of my favorite activities, and that is project graduation. And the reason it is one of my favorite activities is because many years ago, when I was a neophyte superintendent, we had some tragedies after graduation. And as a result, we learned about, in my community, project graduation. And since then, I'm a huge believer and supporter, as these folks are. We have with us today two of our seniors. We have Allie Hare and we have Kyle Stinnett, and they're both Central students. And this is Mr. Hare, Mr. David Hare, who is not only a teacher in our district, but really in this conversation, a parent. But many of these students who are graduating, you have taught. So you are a parent and a teacher here. We'll allow that.
Thank you very much. I'm pleased to be here.
Mr. Hare has been given an opportunity by your other parents to be a promotion. Tell us what they're calling you.
Well, I think they call me a public relations man. I'm out to do anything we can do to get the public aware of project graduation, particularly the students, and also make them aware of a couple of fundraisers we're doing. But the idea is for me to go to as many medias as possible and try to, so we can get participation up at project graduation.
Well, and you two young people will reap the benefit of your father's fundraising.
Yes,
and were either of you attendees in other years as guests of anyone?
No,
so
ma'am.
You've never been?
No, ma'am.
Well, but have you heard from other graduates what a neat evening it is?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
What do your friends who've already graduated or who've already attended a project graduation, what was the highlight for them?
Everyone says that there's always something to do. They really like that everyone's together for the main part, and that it's real loose, but everyone's safe. And I know that my cousin, whenever she went one year, they had a big bungee wall, and they got to climb up and go down, and she said that was her best part.
So keeping busy and having both high schools there is pretty cool, isn't it?
Definitely.
Because you all, even though older people might think that our two high schools are adversarial, y'all have friends
Yes, ma'am.
across the city. Kyle, what about for you? Have you heard that is a neat thing about project graduation?
Mainly the giveaways they have. A lot of people I've talked to say they think the prizes are the coolest thing out there, but they also enjoy the ability to get to interact with their fellow friends and people they've never met before, and they like the opportunity to meet new people and in a very safe environment.
And if this was not taking place, graduates knowing one phase of their life is ending are going to want to be at parties anyway, or someplace social where you can be with your friends, and this brings them together, and there's no guilt associated knowing that anything can go wrong. Okay, Kyle, you talked about the giveaways, and I have a list here. They are really neat.
Yes, they are.
But to be eligible, I've read, you've got to come and stay a while. You're giving away things during the night, but the big things, they've got to stay there, don't they, Mr. Hare?
Yes, ma'am. Once they arrive, if they leave the event, they cannot come back.
For obvious reasons.
For obvious reasons. And the big prizes, you have to be present to win, and they're going to give those prizes away around 3:15, 3:30
in the morning.
In the morning. But that's the idea is that you're going to stay so you can be there for the big stuff.
Well, and let's talk about some big stuff here. 2 $1,000 Visa gift cards. There is not a child there that can't use that.
That's exactly
and enjoy
right.
spending it on whatever. What you would want would be different, clearly, than what Allie would want. So that's cool, isn't it?
Yes.
And then 10 $500 Visa gift cards. Woohoo! Every one of y'all's gonna need an updated new laptop, and that's on here. A plasma TV. Wow, what college kid particular, or even a child going into an apartment, wherever you're going to live, is going to need a neat TV. And that's one less thing for a parent to have to get, isn't it?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Hare?
I've bought some for dorm rooms already.
And then a college scholarship, $1,000 college scholarship. Mr. Hare, these are fabulous prizes worth a kid staying and not going off somewhere. Off on their own.
And Dr. Bonds, we're still adding to this. This is just the commitments we have today. We're still a little ways off, so this list will grow.
And then lesser prizes are off and on during the night through bingo are gift cards to some pretty neat places that young people could find something that they would enjoy having, whether it's for college or not. All right, now that's what Kyle's particularly interested in. Not bad. And it would save your parents money, so you're just thinking about them, aren't you, Kyle?
Yes, ma'am.
And then Allie particularly first off mentioned the activities, and let's talk about some of those, Allie. What's going on all during the night?
I know that the Hayden Burchard Band is playing. They're going to have a foam machine. Is that what's on there?
That's new this year. We've got what they call a foam party.
And that's what?
Well, if it was here in this boardroom, we would fill this boardroom with a soap. It's a machine that makes foam. And since it's in the Spur Arena, which, by the way, that is the coolest venue, and we have to thank the San Angelo Stock Show Association, Mr. Mark Duncan, because it is absolutely the coolest place we've ever had project graduation, because it's a little not as stretched out as it's been at the mall. But the foam party, because it's it's an arena with very packed dirt. That foam is just a big old machine, and it makes gallons and gallons and gallons of soap, foamy bubbles.
So that would be fun to some of you. But that is a cool. It's new.
It's a new thing.
It's a new thing that y'all wouldn't have experienced necessarily. What else is there? You've got a cool band.
Yep.
And then this foam stuff. And then some inflatables.
Lots of inflatables.
Which y'all are going to have a high level of energy, and that's there will be a certain level of silliness when you're ending this phase, knowing that many of you, that will be the last night you will see each other. So you get silly and you get sad and lots of things. So that's a very cool thing. So here's your climbing wall, Allie.
Got that.
And a jousting and obstacle course.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I'm sure that's safe.
And a hypnotist, and they say that's one of the funnest parts of the project graduation. They bring in a professional hypnotist, and they can get people to say things that they might not ever say.
And maybe jump into the foam when they might not want to jump into the foam.
There you go.
So a photo booth. You can get yourself taking pictures for memories.
Kind of like at the mall, you got the booths where you can cram all the kids in it. And they're going to do it. We're going to have it not just for an hour or two. It's going to be like for 5 hours, so they can have as many pictures as they want.
That's neat. With foam.
Yeah.
You've got bingo and casino tables, and I think it's proper for our audience to know that the casino tables, talk a little bit about that. It's not Vegas gambling.
No, not at all. It's just going to be, probably just some simple card games and stuff that kids would play.
And then get some of those gift cards maybe as a reward.
That's correct.
For
yeah,
that.
That's
cool.
No gambling.
I just thought we might need to say that.
I want to verify that.
And then you've got a DJ and karaoke.
Mm-hmm.
Kyle will be up on that karaoke.
Can you imagine being hypnotized and be doing some karaoke?
Mr. Hare, I would if you would.
Let's do it. I'll be there.
Well, let's talk about the hours. It's from 11 p.m. to 4 a.m. And the cost is not very much to get in. Wouldn't prohibit any young person from coming. Your seniors are $10 if they register early. You can't go even to a movie for $10, and then $15 if you wait to the door, and they get a free shirt. That's cool. And then you get to bring a guest, don't you? Each of you. Talk about the guest.
They can be from 15 to 19. Each senior gets one guest, and it's $15 if you register them early with yourself, or if you bring them to the door, it's $20.
Okay, and that's reasonable that you can only bring one, because there's already, if every senior in SAISD, there's usually about 700 at Central, and there's about 1,000 seniors, 300 plus at Lakeview, and right around 700 at Central. So if they all came, that would be 2,000 plus all the chaperones. About how many young people went last year? Mr. Harry, you might know approximately.
I really don't know.
They had a really good turnout, I understand. All right, talk about who the mature ones are going to be there as chaperones. Who are they if a parent or a grandparent is thinking, well, who's going to be watching these young people? You've got some great ones.
Yeah, we have first of all, the San Angelo Police Department has volunteered to give us necessary protection from, as far as police officers who will be making sure that we have guests that may not come in a state of mind that they need to. Well, they're going to make sure that they're going to be out in the parking lots, making sure we're not having any vandalism problems and things like that. And I thought that was a wonderful thing.
Good for them.
Lots of Goodfellow Air Force Base personnel, tons. The Goodfellow people are giving us no telling how many hours of community service.
And they're such good folks. I was tickled to death to read that. That is a great, and I had some of them, I believe last year, that talked about how much they appreciated getting that opportunity. Then there'll be quite a few parents there, and that's a neat thing. I know both of your sets of parents will be there.
They'll be there.
They'll be watching over me. I'll probably be out there in the phone.
Yes, you will, Mr. Hare. We all know that.
Trying to get an extra Chick-fil-A sandwich in here. Yeah.
All right, let's talk about food, because if you're going to be there that many hours after graduation, talk about what kind of food will be available much of the night. Either of you know?
I know of Chick-fil-A and Pizza Hut, and I heard there's a lot more.
There's probably be a lot of snacks there.
Yeah,
definitely. Have a slush machine.
Yeah, slushies.
And the good news is that their admission price, we're not selling, like, drinks are not 50 cents, popcorn's not $1, Chick-fil-A sandwiches aren't $3.
Wow.
Their admission price covers
They don't need money
food.
once they come
They
in
don't
the
need
door,
money when they get in the door. No,
because I also saw that a young lady could check their purse in a place. We women don't like to get too far from our purses for lipstick reasons, you understand. So we could take our purse but check it at a safe place, and then I don't need it for money reasons. Well, is there anything else we haven't covered about this spectacular evening?
I'd like to put a plug in for our 52 meal deal. This is our main fundraiser for the project graduation, and this is a heck of a deal. I know our family eats out probably too much, but these are $5 a piece, and you get 52 meals at 52 local restaurants for 2 persons. So 2 people, 52 meals, 52 different restaurants.
Wow.
And it's a $5 ticket, and they'll draw the winner, and this is, in fact, I'm going to buy more than one because we eat out so much. It's a bargain.
So where could someone get this to help you with your fundraiser?
You can buy these. They're going to have these at the Central High School at the
Student Service
Center. A lot of nearly every elementary campus, like over at Glenn, we've already got a some of the teachers that have seniors together, and we're already selling tickets. And
Okay.
and so nearly every campus has someone, a teacher, who has got a senior, and so they'll be available at all the campuses.
Okay.
And they can just pick up a call and get a hold of me or anyone. We've got
Well,
plenty
and they
of tickets.
can call us at administration, and we will help them with that as well.
Yes, ma'am.
That's I don't feel like I'm buying something that I'm just going to put in a shelf. That's a great fundraiser.
It's super.
Well, I hope and pray that folks will feel welcome to come in that evening and try it, even if they're not sure about it, but to know that once they leave, they can't come back in. And I just wish you all the best. And you all are almost through with this phase of your life.
We are.
Where are you both thinking you're going to go to school?
I'm going to attend Texas Tech next year.
Way to go. Do you have a clue about a major?
Business, I think.
Okay, that's a
Yes,
smart
ma'am.
move. Kyle, what about you?
I haven't really decided yet.
That's-
I'm still waiting to hear back. on places.
That's okay. Our son didn't decide until late May, and he did very well. So there you go. Do you have an idea about your interest in major? What are your interests?
Either physical therapy
Good.
or renewable energy resource conservation.
Either, way to go. Y'all are thinking very intelligently and wisely. Well, it is my great pleasure for you all to come today. I highly support what you're doing.
Thank you.
And the parents who are involved in this, Mr. Hare, God bless you for doing it, because you're going to save somebody's life by having them in a safe environment and not off driving too fast or doing things that they would be choices they would regret later. Way to go, young people. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank
ma'am.
you.